Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Fight, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. I hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we're going to talk about this. A former Mets announcer. He's a great announcer. Just went crazy during the Angels game. Just ripped apart MLB. Because Major League Baseball is trying to sweep under the rug a lot of problems, and they don't want to address it. And this announcer did a great job talking about it, and he just ripped into them. And we have from Awful Announcing, which is a great site if you want to goof on the media. But this is a situation where this is where MLB is trying to sweep a lot of problems, like I said, under the rug. Now, before we get into this video, hit that subscribe button, because this is stuff we have to talk about, and it's not being talked about. I'm going to talk about it on this channel. So it may make people very uncomfortable, especially the thing with Ohtani makes a lot of people uncomfortable. But I don't care. You got to speak the truth and talk about it. From Awful Announcing. Headline, Angels announcers take MLB to task for absurdity. It is an absurdity. Okay? Los Angeles Angels announcers Wayne Randazzo and Mark Gubicza are not happy with Major League Baseball. And during the broadcast of Saturday's game between the Angels and Red Sox, they made their feelings known. Halos first baseman Nolan Shano, I hope I'm saying his name right, entered Saturday having reached base by hit, walk, or hit by pitch in every game of his MLB career. Through Friday, that streak was at 36 games, which was the third longest streak in history. Only that streak was nixed due to a scoring change from a play in a game a week earlier. It's not good. The Angels announced on Saturday that an apparent hit on Saturday, March 30th, against the Baltimore Orioles had been changed to an error. As a result, Shano, on base streak to begin his career, has been retroactively ended at 30 games and finishes at the third longest streak all time to begin an MLB career, the team said on its X Twitter page. Randazzo was not happy with the decision and detailed his frustration. He spoke of other significantly more negative issues going on in Major League Baseball, such as Shohei Ohtani's gambling scandal, the Oakland A's stadium issues, and the uniform problems. Now, I would say this. I saw the hit. I'm going to be very honest. The hit could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. But the fact that they waited a week to do that, it's a little bizarre. That's the only thing. You could have gone 50-50, but it's bizarre they took them a week to do this. Quote, the negative story after negative story, scandal after scandal. A fiasco in Oakland. You have these ridiculous-looking jerseys. You have the Major League Baseball Players Association challenging the league about the pitch clock today because of constant pitcher injuries. Not to mention your global superstar is embroiled in a betting scandal. But on top of all that, you have a young player trying to make a name for himself who has come up and reached base safely in every single game that he has played. And the league allows this scoring change to go on to end his streak. Killed his story, a positive story that's happened in Major League Baseball. It's an absurdity. Gubicza agreed. When you think about all the positivity from all over the social media world, he said how it impressed everybody to start your career. He was just in college last year. He was still playing college baseball at this point, and to have that taken away on a base hit, it was a base hit. It could have went 50-50, but like I said, why did Major League Baseball wait a week to change the scoring on it? I mean, this one thing about Major League Baseball, they tend to be a little antiquated when it takes them to do stuff. That happened in the Met game on the second game of the season. There was some scoring changes done to Severino, to where his ERA was basically cut in half. And it took them 4 or 5 days to figure it out. It didn't take that long. Randazzo added it wasn't even really a borderline call. Gubicza compared it to the NBA taking an assist and a triple-double away from LeBron James. Also known that would never happen. For anyone who has not seen the play in question, well, I saw it. You could have went either way on it. But I understand what Randazzo's going. Let's go back a little bit, and we'll just talk about these other things. Again, I have talked a lot about Oakland. Oakland, what has happened with the city of Oakland, I felt that everyone is at fault what happened in Oakland. The team's certainly in fault. The ownership's at fault. The city's at fault. And quite frankly, so are the fans. Okay? Last year, they had a protest inside the ballpark. Okay? You supposedly hate the owner. Why are you protesting inside the ballpark? You bought tickets to give to the owner who you hate. You're giving him money to put in his pocket. And you protest inside the ballpark. You should have protested outside the ballpark. You had and they were very loud inside, but they could have been just as loud outside. So that's a whole thing a disaster. You have Oakland where the Coliseum is. It is a hellhole where the ballpark is. You have a city that is completely changed in terms of when the A's went there. The demographic of the city has changed. Okay, and Oakland is a disaster as a city, you know. And of course, it is not San Francisco. It's not the Giants. So they're the second fiddle there. They always were. Then you had these jerseys, which I haven't noticed them. We noticed them when they first put them out. The only thing I think is a little strange is how small the lettering is on the back of the uniforms. They're very small. But besides from that, I'm not really looking to see about, you know, how the pants look on the players. I haven't noticed anything of any kind of craziness. Maybe when it gets warmer, we'll start to see when the uniform starts sticking to the players. I know a lot of people aren't happy with them. They said that the uniforms look cheap. The players have complained about it. I don't know. Now, this thing about the pitch clock being the cause of these injuries. You have pitchers that are throwing 100 miles an hour. The body can only take so much. The arm and the elbow and the shoulder can only take so much. And the fact that they don't want to have these pitchers go 7, 8, 9 innings anymore. They want to go to these bullpens. See the thing about the unions, they want both ways. They want to expand the teams so they can get more union members. They want more players on each team so they can have more union members, make more money for the union coffers. Okay? But yet, they don't understand that the quality of the play is going to go down. The quality of the pitching is going to go down. The pitching is always the first thing that you notice. And then you're asking guys that really should not be in the major leagues throwing 100 miles an hour. And then you have guys that shouldn't be throwing 100 miles because their body can't take it over the course of... Look at all the injuries this week. Shane Bieber is out. The reliever for the Yankees, John Loizaga, is out. You know, a Strider of the Braves, he's out. And this is the second time he's on. During the Met game, there was a young pitcher, the reliever. He hurt his elbow on the first pitch. The body cannot sustain that. Okay? For over 125 years, 130 years, pitchers, when they were able to stay healthy, they weren't throwing that hard. They were throwing 90 miles an hour, and they knew how to pitch. A lot of these guys that throw hard don't know how to pitch. That's why you've seen all these sort of... the pitch counts are crazy. They can't navigate an inning. They can't manage an inning. You know, and if your body's not capable of doing, you're going to see these injuries. Now, finally, this thing with Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani has put it out there that the interpreter stole from him. You've heard no charges towards the interpreter. You've heard nothing from the lawyers. You've heard nothing from Major League Baseball in this quote-unquote investigation. I would mention Major League Baseball has a history of following players that have connections with gamblers. Okay? I guarantee you, Major League Baseball knew about these allegations. They knew about the interpreter spending this money. I can guarantee you that. Either they didn't know, or they had to do an investigation, that they were blindsided. They have private investigators that follow the players if there's any kind of problems. You know, this has been going on for over 100 years, where they've been following the players to make sure they're not hanging out with the gamblers and the underworld. They've been doing this for 100 years. So all of a sudden, with Ohtani, they're not Watching him, come on. And he's making $700 million, and now they're sweeping on the rug. If you want to know what's going on with Ohtani, follow this channel, because I'm going to tell you what's going on. And now we have this other story, this new story about Ohtani, where Ohtani hit his first home run as a Dodger, and instead of like giving this woman who caught the ball authentication of the baseball where she could make a couple bucks online, or had it to where she could meet him, that didn't happen. And in fact, he told the media that he talked to her when he never even met the woman. And then you have people that are telling me, well, he doesn't speak English. You can't go up to somebody and shake their hand and say hello. He's been in America for 7 years now. So all this stuff with Ohtani, he's just a weird guy. And like I said, all this stuff is going on in Major League Baseball. Now, this is something you might not know much about. After the 29th season, Major League Baseball signed this Nike deal, where Nike owns and produces all the uniforms and paraphernalia for Major League Baseball. But what you didn't know, and I knew this because I read this article a few years ago, is that right after that, Major League Baseball cut all the minor league teams down to 4. You ever wonder why it happened to all these other teams? All those other teams, folks, were, all these minor league teams were basically abandoned. And they have taken these, the allocation of money has gone over to China. I'm sure you don't know that. I know that. But that was the deal that Nike made with Major League Baseball, was that they would cut all these teams out, and that they would take the money that they used for the minor league teams, these lower level minor league teams, and shipped all these jobs to China, to where there are baseball camps in China. I'm sure very few people know this. I know this. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Major League Baseball that is very nefarious. We've never seen this before. So let me know what you think about this video. There's a lot of stuff going on that they've been trying to sweep under the rug for a long time. And that deal that Major League Baseball has with Nike is 10 years. So they have another 6 more years of that. So who knows what's going to happen at the end of that, and how bad it's going to get. But the jersey is a big problem, amongst many things. Well, let me know what you think about this video again. And of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2. I'll see you later.